How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the Hall of Film YouTube and podcast. And today is a very special one because it is not talking about a film or person from the Hall of Film, but it is a Steven Spielberg draft, which is something I've had on my list for a while to do a draft video on the channel, so I'm very excited. And I'm even more excited because I've got two of my favourite people to talk to about films. I have from Team Rev Almanac, Heather and Amanda. Thank you both for coming on and doing this.
Happy to be here. Always.
Yeah. So, I mean, the first question would be just what is your guys' relationship with like Steven Spielberg and his films? And Heather, how about you? What's your relationship with his movies?
Well, as someone who's considerably older than both of you, my relationship has kind of also almost been my entire life, though. Even me,
He's always
in my
there.
old age, he's always been there. Like he has got films that came out before I was born, believe it or not. So, he's just always been there. And I think I remember I think the first thing I probably saw from Sir Stephen, no, I'm honouring him, making him an honorary knight of the British Empire here. So it was probably E.T., I guess. I think that would have been, and probably similar time to when it actually came out. I don't think I saw it in theatres, but I will have seen that very close to it having been, released and been a thing. And and then just everything after that, Indiana Jones, the big blockbusters. I know that I got to Jurassic Park very late. Remember not really liking that one when I first started it, and I didn't see it in cinemas, and like being bored after 10 minutes. Sorry, everyone. That's a really weird thing to say. And then finally, only in the last, I think, 4 years or so, have I actually got round to Jurassic Park. Schindler's List, I do like his prestige ones. I know he's all known for like the blockbusters and everything, and that's what everybody thinks of, but always really appreciate and admire his prestige films, for want of a better word. So, obviously his Schindler's List, Saving Private Ryan, I like those heavier, bleaker films anyway. I just think his range is incredible as well. And I think we just don't, I think as he's, getting older, maybe people are forgetting forgetting the ancient texts or everything, and just forgetting everything that he's done for cinema, or maybe taking him for granted, or saying he's just a emotional old man, who's very naive with his positive outlook or whatever he's trying to say. But there's some really dark themes in all his films, so I'm not quite sure where that's coming from. He's just a masterpiece. He's a master of many masterpieces, I should say. And I'm just really pleased he's still out there making films. But yeah, he's just always been there. Yeah,
He has
always been there. Yep.
Amanda, how about you?
I was just looking through like my letterbox because weirdly enough, I believe the first thing I ever saw of Spielberg's was The Adventures of Tintin, because I saw it when I was a preteen, like on a date. It was bizarre. And then after that, it's his bleak ones. I think after that was probably Schindler's List. And then my mom, a lover of John Williams, me also a lover of John Williams, not a hater.
Really?
Are you sure?
She's yeah. You're hearing it here first. Lover of John Williams. My mom would always be like, "How have you not seen E.T.? How have you not seen blah, blah, blah?" I was like, "I don't know, Mom, put it on." So that's most of our life now, is just me like catching back up, because I don't like sci-fi, and I'll probably say it 100 more times. So none of those are like really exciting for me of his, but I still appreciate them. I don't think any of his sci-fi ones are bad. I say that and then I forgot. Yeah, there is one. We'll get to it. Maybe. But I don't think there's any of his that I've been like, you know what I want to do? Turn this off. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. All of his watches of mine have been very recent, so it's not a lifelong love of mine, but he's got great stuff.
Yeah, mine's kind of in between the both of you, I guess. Like, he, as you said, like we said, like he has always been there. It just feels like you can ask pretty much anybody, and they'll go, "Oh yeah, like I grew up," or at some point along the way, like just Spielberg become a constant in their life if they love cinema. But for me, like, I always remember because, of course, it's the most like dad film to show a son. Indiana Jones was like my first exposure of Spielberg, because of course, except like when I grew up, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull hadn't come out, so I'm one of those people who. It's only 3 films exist in that franchise for me. I have never watched the other 2. But for a lot of his other big films, it's only in prep that I have seen them, which is sacrilege, I know, to have a movie podcast and go, oh, I've only watched, Jurassic Park a couple months ago at the cinema for the anniversary. I only watched E.T. the first time in prep for this, Close Encounters, so on and so forth. But, and even Saving Private Ryan, and I'm somebody who likes war films, and like, I was surprisingly late to that, but like, Schindler's List was also an early one that I did watch. I'm much like Heather as well. I also enjoy kind of darker films. Not sure why, but I think always one thing that I appreciate, especially in prep for this, is just how well paced Spielberg movies are. Because you'll like go into like a 2 hour 20, 2 hour 30 runtime, you're kind of like, oh god, this is going to drag, and then it just doesn't. Um, the only time I have had one feel like it dragged was, and again, I know people are probably going to hate this, was Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I feel it drags, and then the final act is just breathtaking and a visual just like masterpiece. But yeah, he's just always been there, and it feels like he always will, even though that's not true. But his films will. He's going to be one of those directors. 100 years from now, they'll be still studying his films, I'm sure, at like universities and stuff like that. Obviously,
I think maybe some of the sort of underappreciation, if we want to call it that, is from the fact that he has so many of these popcorny blockbusters that you associate with him, and you're like, oh, that's just a popcorn like film. It's just, but it's, if you look at them, E.T., Raiders of the Lost Ark, they were still nominated for Best Picture. It's not just all his
yes.
prestige stuff. Jaws, yeah, he did get the director nomination, but the picture was there. Like, it's not just his prestige, for want of a better word, films that the Oscar bait, whatever we're calling them. It's not just that. Like, also those blockbusters got the Academy attention, but I often think that there is that kind of writing him off as that summer blockbuster guy. When those films, I mean, people don't necessarily do that with my favorite director, Christopher Nolan. It's like, oh, The Dark Knight, oh, a masterpiece, oh my goodness. It's also a popcorny summer blockbuster.
It is. Yeah.
So
yeah, it is weird how he's
it's weird,
perceived.
right?
Yeah, because it's like of course he's respected, because he walks into rooms and it's like Jesus has walked in. Like, it's like, oh my god, it's Steven Spielberg. But it does feel like he's weirdly getting kind of some disrespect lately, which is weird. I mean, obviously, also we had the release, and the reason why we're doing this, Disclosure Day, come out, and that has been. I mean, I feel like I've asked 50 people and had like split 25 people who liked it, people who didn't like it. We've all seen it as well, so that is always great. Amanda, what did you think of it, and did you like the film?
I did like it. I think what I enjoyed was that it is marketed more as a sci-fi, and it's really, the sci-fi bit is not, I would say, like the most important part or the central theme of it. And so I liked that a lot. And I kind of wish it went a little less of the sci-fi, more of like the, whatever you call it, the humanity sort of aspect of it. I wish they dug a little deeper into that, but I still really enjoyed it. I think I need to listen to it again because I did not pick up on the score. And that's the only thing. It was fine. It was a pretty middle of the line, I'd say, of his sci-fi stuff, which is still really good.
How about you, Heather?
Yeah, I was hooked all the way through. Like you were saying earlier about the pacing, more like 100%. You just don't notice the length. And to compare to another sci-fi blockbuster that came out earlier this year, which seemed to end like 3 or 4 times, Project Hail Mary, which fabulously made film. Like, no, like, don't come for me. I've already got hate because of my comments on Project Hail Mary. But I was getting a little bit antsy, with 20, 25 minutes to go. And this one I was like, oh my goodness, it's over already. Like when the cut at the end comes and you're like, oh, and then it comes like directed by Steven Spielberg. You're like, that's it? And not because, so I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I expected this is where the film would start. Because that's what a lot of people have thought. They thought, oh, there's going to be the disclosure and that's where the film then starts. But it's not that. That's the end of the film. That's not a spoiler, is it? No.
No.
And it was like 2.5 hours and I was completely in. So again, back to the pacing, what we've been saying, it just moves. And yes, I do have criticisms. The CGI animals, and I'm sorry that people who are saying, no, there's people who are doing what I do for Chris Nolan and Tenet and say, oh, there must be a reason that the sound's so bad. Like, it's like, no. And they're saying, oh, there's a reason. So they come up with some reasons why it makes sense.
They're aliens, Heather.
Yeah.
Spoiler! Oh my god,
sorry.
Amanda,
Clip it.
I was trying not
It's
to
fine.
say.
It's fine.
Anyway, so those people, yes, that is their reason for explaining. Oh no, or in the second part where the animals come up, it's like it's a dream sequence, So they've got all these reasons why the animals CGI is bad. I think it's just bad.
My rebuttal to that would have just been literally like the aliens look actually real and the animals which do exist don't.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they managed to do that. That an alien looks more like, you go, oh yeah, you
That's
see that every day.
They got real aliens, Morgan, because
yes.
they're amongst us. He
Yes.
cast aliens. So, like Stephen has his connections.
He does.
He's like, he got E.T. and he said, oh mate, can you get me like a couple of your friends to come and do this film with me? And come on. Yeah. And also my cynicism jumped in a little bit with the ending. Not for the same reasons that other people's were being cynical about the ending, but just because I don't think that the disclosure is something that's going to make people around the world have that reaction. That's just me. It's like people are united watching something. I know people get united watching like sports events or, tragedies like 9/11 or something like that. That's something different. That is, I just don't think this reveal would do it. So that's just me. But it's got so many of Spielberg's like themes that we've seen throughout his whole filmography. People who are saying it's got more in common with The Post and Close Encounters. Fair point. Yes. And I completely agree with what you said, Amanda, that the fact that they don't play up the sci-fi a lot is what I think made it work more for me, because I am also not a big sci-fi person. I have to say the aliens did take me out a little bit. And magical realism that we get in the film as well with a dream sequence. I'm like, no, that's not something I tend to enjoy very much. And so, but it didn't bother me because it was over so quickly. And it moved the plot along or the story along. So, but yeah, I definitely enjoyed the kind of the thriller, the chase, the action elements more than necessarily the sci-fi elements. But
I'm in total agreement. Like I loved the film. I think it's the first line on my review of it on Letterboxd where I literally said, "Does this film have flaws?" Yes. Do I care? Absolutely not. I do not care in the slightest. Like I mean, I am obviously somebody who, I think we're all guilty of this, especially on longer films where you'll be at a certain point and you'll just check your phone and just go, okay, how long have we got left? And I did that and we had 30 minutes left and I was like, what? Like, I thought we were like 40 minutes in or something, but the time flew by with it.
You check your phone in the cinema.
I know. I know.
Speak for yourself, Morgan. I've never done this.
What on earth? I didn't even check my phone during Project Hail Mary, but I was just wondering how long was to go.
Well, it's like even that film, which I adore. I know Heather, as she said, doesn't. That film felt.
Hate it. This is the thing. I really didn't. It was long. It was too long.
Yeah. I was going to say, even though I loved it, I did feel it like the time of that drag a bit. But in the case of Disclosure Day, that flew by. The elements. I'm also somebody who I like sci-fi. Just it either works for me or it doesn't, kind of thing. This, as we said, it doesn't really play up the sci-fi as much until near the end, but by then you're already invested in the characters and everything and the events, so it just works. And I did find myself getting very teary-eyed during the news report at the end, and I have zero idea why, other than just Spielberg can invoke emotion in somebody.
So yeah, I heard people who are actual journalists. I need to speak to my brother. Hasn't seen it. I don't think he's a journalist, and I would be interested to hear his take, because a lot of people who are journalists said, yeah, this is not how it would go down, and I'm like, I know it's not, but it has to be like this for the film to
Yes.
work. It has to be like this, and the point is does it not work and it takes you out, or because I know that some our friends Tom and Dana over at Greatest Movie of All Time, they're kind of up in the air with the legal stuff. They'll sit there, they're both lawyers, and they'll be like, yeah, this is not how it would go down. And the question is, does it bother you to such a point when or you say, well, okay, but they have to do it this way for the sake of the film, and I can suspend my disbelief for a certain or my cynicism or whatever, to kind of get over that. So I think it's interesting to hear from journalism.
Yeah,
journalists.
It also helps the person playing the main reporter is phenomenal, and
she's actually a real reporter. She used to be.
Well,
yeah, she used to be.
She nails it. Yeah.
So she was a TV reporter, and then she is. Yeah, so it's not like she's still is. She has gone into acting, but that is her background. So I'm like, okay, that adds up.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. But of course, the main reason why we are here is because we are doing a draft, and we have 5 categories set out, which is sci-fi, which, as we've all just said, not really sci-fi fans, so. But obviously,
but Disclosure Day.
It's an integral part as well to who Steven Spielberg is.
Yes.
We also then have Tom Hanks collaboration, which there is a short list, but pretty. Fairly decent, unless Amanda.
Let's just say it's a good job there's not 6 of us.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. If there was, people would be dropping out the call right now.
Well, we'd have to go add producer then, probably, and then we'd have some more. Yeah.
Yes. We have iconic score, which, I mean, watch any Steven Spielberg film and the score's odds on going to be incredible. We then have underrated, which, of course, that is, as we were saying before we started recording, what is exactly underrated, but I suppose we'll have our own, understandings of that. And then we have important kid roles, which again is an essential thing to Steven Spielberg films, where kid actors are usually either the main or a star in, main takeaway from his films.
Yeah. And he gets such good performances out of them. That's the whole thing.
I don't know how he does.
I don't know how he does it.
It's consistent as well. Yeah. It's not like you've got a bad one either.
No.
They're all good.
They're all good. They're all good.
Even stuff he produces is good, like The Goonies and all the kid roles in that. Or Hamnet. Yeah, Hamnet. Exactly. Or Hamnet. Yeah.
I would also just like to say that you two ganged up on me and overruled me for 2 of these categories. So just to clarify for the audience that when we're talking about the kids and Tom Hanks, apparently we are drafting based on the performance of the kid or of Tom Hanks, which I thought we were drafting based on the film. It's like, it randomly stars Tom Hanks and it's good. No, we are judging the performance. So I was overruled. So we just want to state this in case we end up drafting a film that is terrible, but we think that the kid is amazing.
Yes. So, for when people come to vote for who's going to win,
BFG,
who's going to win,
Cat
just
appearance.
Remember that Hanks and the kid roles are based on performance and not the film themselves. Which is very important, because if anybody chooses an awful film, you now understand why. But as for the others, it is just the films, of course.
You just said he doesn't have an awful film, so.
Yeah, that is true. So I have taken the liberty of writing down our names, which will...
Can't see
them.
Well, there's 3.
Yeah.
We'll just
Believe
believe
me,
like
there's
believe
scream like
three.
stuff the ballot
yes,
box or
yeah,
anything.
Fine.
yeah.
They probably
And
all say like his name. Yeah. Oh no, he
no,
doesn't want to
no,
be first. Yeah.
no. And I've got a bag that is empty. I can categorically guarantee it is empty.
It's like a magic trick.
It,
It's like we're
yeah,
in the Prestige.
it is. I am setting up as if so they are
How many
going
times have
in.
you said prestige today?
Only
It's
once
already-
in the podcast on live, but
Well, only once in
So-
a title sense.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, so mixing it up, and I'm not going to look in the bag as well. So
It's my word of the day, Amanda.
I can't be accused of cheating. So, and they are all even cuts as well. So I can't. It's not like I've got a tearing
Wow.
one, and I can tell. Yes. So
we don't care.
I was going to say, I don't think we thought.
You're taking this too seriously. We're here on vibes, and you're like saying they're exactly the centimeter by centimeter.
I'm a sports fan. I know how people can be.
But can you feel the printing or something? Like maybe you can tell
No,
from how
no.
like the
You did it in, like, Braille.
yeah, exactly.
So the first name out of the bag is Amanda.
Ha ha!
So Amanda is going first.
Don't get the turn this time.
And I'll mix it up again. And the person choosing second is. Well, now it looks like I'm rigged. It is Heather.
I really want to be on the turn, says Lauren.
Who'd have thought it? So that means the last one is myself.
Oh,
So this hilariously when literally
how convenient.
I shouldn't have said anything. I should have hired an extra to come in and do the draw. So
yes, indeed. We should have the cats to do it.
Yes,
Yeah, I was going to say,
yes.
they're all sleeping.
Well, where
One
are
of them's
they
knocked
when you
out
need
on
them?
gabapentin. he can't draw.
So the order is Amanda, then Heather, then me. So Amanda,
I can't
I'm
even
first.
say that.
Please,
you
I'm
have
first.
you have the
Split screen this.
you have the joy
Right.
of choosing first, so no pressure. Me personally, I do not actually think there is a clear number one choice of what we should be picking. It's
Well,
Yeah.
it's not like you're choosing from a franchise and you go, well, this is the best one, so please, don't mess it up. It's
Yeah,
it's
'cause
it's subjective.
Yeah,
It's subjective.
and also because it's only three of us, I think.
Yes.
I mean, there are a number of films that do cross multiple categories, so you could. Oh, by the way, we should say this as well. If if it's taken somewhere,
yes.
then it's off the board. It's completely
Yes.
for everybody.
So somebody
another.
somebody could just be awful and screw everybody over.
Yeah, I'm going to sabotage y'all by taking all the Tom Hanks films and put them in other categories.
Yes.
Not
Absolutely,
actually.
we'll have.
I'm going to put the terminal into
The
sci-fi.
post is going in Kid Central, centric. Yes, yeah. Put terminal in sci-fi. Yeah. Well, there's science there. They have computers.
They have science, yeah. And Tom Hanks's accent in that does border on
computer
alien.
generated. That's true.
Yes.
Actually,
It is
sounds like it's
odd.
AI. Yeah,
It is odd.
Stanley Tucci's performance, a little robot-like, maybe.
All right.
Yes.
He was
Let's
in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't
He's the
revisit the
villain.
terminal. Sorry.
Oh, I watched it for the first time.
I watched it for the first time.
Not worth it. Okay. I
No.
don't think I really have a strategy going into this. So I'm just going to wing it, and I'm going to get one that I think spans multiple categories. So I'm going to start with child role,
Ooh.
and I'm going to take Haley Joel Osment.
Of course
for
you are.
AI.
Yeah, so that's the
Yes.
obvious one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I do love Christian Bale, but you are right. This is, if you're basing it on the performance. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great.
He very much carries the film.
It's incredible.
It's
Yes.
remarkable. Yeah.
I wouldn't think that I'd really enjoy that film, but it impressed me. It was good.
Incredible
I
acting.
Don't love it,
I
but
don't
he's
either.
amazing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't even know how you can direct a kid of that age to do that. I don't understand.
It doesn't make sense.
Because what direction do you give him? Like, how can a kid do that?
If you
Like,
tell
what do
a
you tell him
kid-
to imagine?
yeah.
Like, what do you tell him?
If you tell the kid, oh, act robotic, they're going to start doing the robot. They're not going to be acting, like he does. And just, it's honestly one of the most remarkable I think, performances I've ever seen. Like, it's incredible.
I
As you
think I
said,
had
though,
read
like,
somewhere on the
how do
Wikipedia
you
they're
get a
like,
kid to do that?
yeah, that was like they had pushed off making this film for so long because they didn't think they could get a kid that was appropriate for the film.
But also,
How-
like, I think he was like 12. Like,
I was about to ask, how old
yeah,
was he?
I think he was around 12.
This
Like,
was after The Sixth Sense, right? He did The Sixth Sense in 1999, and then this one 2001.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I just saw like 12 or 13.
Yeah, probably.
That makes sense.
Which, how the hell do you act that well and with that depth of emotion and range at that age?
No idea.
Good pick.
Yeah. Heather.
Very mixed in the film, but this,
Yeah.
that's yeah.
That's a clear favourite of what number one pick would be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Heather, it is over to you. What are you going to pick?
Right. Okay. So I'm thinking about this for a while, and I'm actually going to do something weird. I think it's weird. And the reason I think it's weird is because I'm going with my first pick. I'm going for something that I actually think has got no bad choice of the ones that I've got on my shortlist. In fact, I could take it last and I would still be happy with what I would end up with. And also, it's also not because this is a category where a lot of the films that I have in my shortlist do not qualify in any other category. So it's one that we could all leave to the end. But the reason I am picking this one is because of what this actually means for the film. And I'm going to be picking, for iconic score, I'm going to be picking Jaws. Because the score is the shark. The film does not work in any sense if you do not have that score, which is a character in itself and is the shark.
Yeah.
We all know the story about how they had the shark. They wanted to show the shark. They couldn't get it to work. It looked shit. So Stephen and Sean Williams were just like, we have to come up with something else. And you just hear that beat, da-da, da-da, and you know it's either going to start playing Baby Shark or you're watching Jaws. And also, just by the way, it is so iconic that people who do not have a clue about Jaws, there are out there because kids, right? They all know this tune because they know frickin' Baby Shark, which like it starts off with that and nobody knows why. Or like if you're in the pool, like sometimes you could be in the pool and you're like wanting to pretend you're like a shark and you're coming. Why does everybody know to go dana dana dana? They don't even know why they're doing it, but they do it.
I did that when I was a kid before I ever saw Jaws.
Yes,
because I knew what to do.
So while I think there is no wrong pick on my shortlist, and it is a vast category, and they're not in other categories necessarily, the ones I have on my list, I think because of what the score stands for in Jaws, I have to make sure I've got that one. So Jaws and score.
Yeah. I mean, like, as soon as you see first person camera shot and you hear the music start, you're like, oh yeah. You just
get scared. You hear that music and you're like,
you immediately understand what's about to go down.
It's like the like in Psycho as well.
Yes.
Nobody knows, people who haven't seen it, but they know if you go what you're trying to imply, and it's the score. And
that's also not taken away from the rest of the Jaws score outside of just that one song is actually really good as well.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
But if we think about if I think about all the ones on my shortlist, it's always one specific theme that I've got in my mind.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Excellent choice. So for me, on the turn, two choices.
Ooh.
Yeah. I wanted this. I wanted to be in this spot, and now I'm immediately going.
Regretting your life wishes.
Yes, apparently I am.
Wow.
Yes. So
sucks. Bad luck.
I am gonna go with important kid roles, and I am going with Henry Thomas as Elliot in E.T. I mean, that was one of the other ones in my head where if I was picking number one, that might have been what I'd choose immediately as well.
And also, you've now, screwed us all over because that's E.T. out.
Yeah. I wasn't even thinking about that. It's just mainly for me,
Out of
like
score, it's out of sci-fi.
I wasn't genuinely.
It's
I
out of Tom
wasn't.
Hanks's random, unknown, uncredited cameo.
He is E.T., I think.
Who knew?
It is actually weird because obviously for all the categories that E.T. can be in, I wasn't thinking about them in any other category but child performance because
Interesting.
when I watched it for the first time, which wasn't that long ago, the main takeaway for me was how good Henry Thomas was, and like the audition tapes out there for everyone to watch.
Yeah,
That alone, I was like, okay. And I believe I looked, he was 10, I think, when he did this,
Wow.
which, again, how Steven Spielberg manages to get either young teenagers or actual, just children to lead a film this well and this high quality, I don't know how a director can get that performance out of a kid. And obviously, as I say, seeing the audition tape as well, I think he just got it from, the first moment, because it's not like they were on set and he was telling them what to do.
and I think as well, like, there's so many, as we were saying before, Steven Spielberg's films are so based on, you have to have a good kid. The kid performance is central, and
Yes.
it has to carry the film, like I've been saying. That is a lot of responsibility for that kid. And we know that kids can, if they're doing like not great acting, it's like if it's a small role, fine, we'll just, say the kids were a bit shit, but that's what it is. He places so much trust in these children.
Yeah. Like if they don't
Like if
do
there's a
their
risk.
job, the film doesn't work.
No.
And then you've spent however many tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, and it's all for nothing.
Yeah.
And that's Henry Thomas as well, like at 10 as well, like even younger than Haley Joel Osment, to carry a film like that. It's just incredible.
And Drew Barrymore.
Yes.
But you were specifically saying Henry Thomas. So.
Yes. I mean, you could have chose Drew Barrymore as well, because, I mean, she literally steals every scene she's in. She's just, yes, yeah.
It's iconic.
Yeah, it is. So, I've got this is where I hadn't thought past this point.
Oh, okay, great. So now you're going in Amanda and my vibes then.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
welcome. Welcome to the vibes.
Yeah. So I feel good about some of the other ones and leaving them. I am actually going to now go with Tom Hanks' performance, and I am going. I've got one written down as my first place one, and I'm ignoring that, and I'm going with my second place one because we're going on vibes, as we said. And I am going for Tom Hanks' performance in A Bridge of Spies as James.
Knew it.
B. Donovan.
After your comments today, I knew it. Yes.
My first, we can all probably guess what my first one was that I wrote down, but I was like, in prep for this, I was like, okay, I've seen like 3 Hanks films. That's all we need because there's 3 of us. Do I even bother watching Bridge of Spies? I was like, I'll watch it. I'm also somebody who hot takes, so please don't kill me, because Heather did tell me to mention this.
You have to mention this.
Yeah, I'm not a Tom Hanks fan by any stretch of the imagination. A lot of the times I don't get the hype. I hate Forrest Gump. I hate it with a passion. That's also another. I'm just giving hot takes now, apparently. But Hanks obviously always has the like everyday man, image, and a lot of the times I don't get that. Bridge of Spies is the first time where I was like, I see this, like, just his performance is just absolutely incredible in it, and he just, again, we always talk about it, Spielberg, what's like the key thing, it's humanity and just how people can actually be good, which is something we always need reminding, especially given everything going on now. But just how he carries the character, and obviously you've also got yourself backed into a corner when you're playing somebody who is a real life person, because you can't like take it and make it your own, because you're playing a real person. And he just really like carries the weight of the situation he's in that film, and just that end as well alone, when he's looking back at home outside the train, and it comes up like what happened to the characters after. And obviously it tells you James B. Donovan saved like nearly 10,000 people when he just started doing that as like a full-time thing. And it's just like, you think back then across the whole film, and you can see that be like reality, and just Hanks is just incredible in it. And it, as I say, it's one of the few times where I've gone, oh, I get it now why everybody likes him and thinks he's good.
Thing about Tom Hanks is, I like Tom Hanks, like just general, but I agree, it is weird that he's got quite a number of like nominations, and I do find he's one of these people that I always see Tom Hanks. Like,
Yes.
I know he's doing a really, really good job, and it's incredible acting. It's actually kind of not his fault, because he does lose himself in these roles. It's not his fault that I only see Tom Hanks. This is a me problem. But he is one of those actors that I just sometimes, and I think it's often because his role, while it is the lead, is not always the heralded one.
Yeah.
As well. He is there. He is solid. He is doing a great job. But it was Mark Rylance who won the Oscar. Or in The Post, it was Streep who was nominated. Or he's always very doing great, solid work. But where does he really stand out? And yeah, I mean, okay, Forrest Gump, whatever. But in Philadelphia, that's a very meaty kind of role where he's doing something that, yes, he probably would not be playing nowadays. He said that. Like, that would not be a role that he, a heterosexual man, should be playing.
Yeah.
But okay, 1990, what is it? 2, 3, 19. Yeah, it was different then. It is what it is. And it's actually, it was almost for him kind of a risky role to play as well, for similar reasons. But yeah, that was one. Of course, he did go through a transformation, but there's just so many, when you watch a number of them back to back, there are so many like Tom Hanks like characteristics. And I think it's kind of similar to Spielberg. It's like, once you've watched a lot of them back to back, like we've all done for the last like week or so, you start to notice, no matter how different the film or the performance, there's just a lot of similarities.
Yes.
So, but yeah, no, I mean, he's great in this. I just, yeah, he's just Tom Hanks. And I think, again, like Spielberg, you kind of take him for granted as well.
Yeah. Yeah, just like for kind of how his reputation is as like he's the everyman. That's the time I actually like kind of see it.
You didn't get to Bridge of Spies, did you, Amanda?
No.
You started it and didn't finish
I started it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get back to it. I mean, I did the same thing with Empire of the Sun.
Fair.
Watched 20 minutes for Christian Bale and then came back. So
there is no reason not to watch a film for Christian Bale. It's fine.
Yeah.
So Heather, it is back to you now.
It is. Right, where's my little list? Okay, so E.T. has gone everywhere. Bye, E.T.
Apologies.
That's fine. Bridge of Spies has gone from there. It's also gone from there, because I had it shortlisted for underrated. Because nobody talks about this film, apart from us now. Okay, I don't know what to do.
We would all be terrible executives for American franchise teams that have to draft. we just show up. Oh, I like.
I don't do fantasy football. Yeah, I don't do fantasy football because I'm like, I don't know.
I like the look of that guy. Draft him. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was discussing, like, we've got the World Cup going on. Like, right, for colleagues of mine were like, I think I'm going to support this team. And they were just being so cliche. They were like, oh, the players are good looking. I'm going to support them. I'm like, you know what? As good as reasons ever. Whatever. Like, okay. There is a film that I really, really want, but I don't know whether I want to take it, because I feel that the other one is a populist. It's a populist pick. Oh, I don't know.
This is the conundrum Heather always has in drafts for people who are watching for the first time.
Do Do you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to go with the populist pick, and I don't even care. And I'm going to take Jurassic Park and sci-fi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah,
I'm
it's not necessarily what I wanted, but I'm just going to do it.
No, I
happy with
get
that.
it. Yeah.
You know, it's like
yeah, then also knocks
he
it
has
out of,
dinosaurs.
like,
The
every other
dinosaurs look
category.
more realistic than the animals in Disclosure Day. You know,
They do. Yeah,
they do actually.
they really do.
No. Okay. This also Jurassic Park and Schindler's List. The man did both films in the same year. I mean, what are we doing? Like, John Williams did both scores. Do you know? I found out as well. Like, the Jurassic Park score was not nominated, and
Oh, wow.
you could very well be nominated in score. You could be nominated for 2 films because John Williams apparently has done it a few times. He's had 2 scores nominated in the same year.
Wow.
Yeah, well, he had Star Wars and Close Encounters both nominated in 1977, and he's done it a few times. But in 1993, only Schindler's List was nominated and not Jurassic Park. So also kind of weird.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I know that Jurassic Park has spawned a number of lesser films, some of which Spielberg has also directed. We'll ignore that. Certainly produced. But while I am not the biggest fan of Jurassic Park, I cannot deny what it has done in terms of franchise, obviously, but just what he did in terms of what you can do with the camera, what you can do with visual effects to create these creatures. And a lot of it, I mean, there is that one scene where they first see the creatures, and that's almost kind of similar in a way to Jaws, before you actually see the shark, which you do see, and it's not as impressive as you might want it to be. But with this, it's like you see them reacting to the dinosaurs first of all, and then they see them, or the T-Rex that really is quite scary, or just the little things running through the kitchen, which are also scary. Yeah, so I think this is not a bad pick in sci-fi. Why I'm not the biggest fan of it, I do acknowledge and respect what it's done for the genre, and just the fact that he had these 2 massive films in the same year, and range. Man has range.
And that is one film that could have gone in multiple
Exactly,
categories
and
as well.
was also my thinking.
Yeah,
I was thinking, well, somebody might want to put in score
and kids. Yeah. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have a Tom Hanks cameo as a T-Rex or Velociraptor. So
we don't know that.
We don't know.
If it's uncredited, we don't know.
It's like a puppet or something.
He might have done the T-Rex scream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Amanda's now got 2 picks, so
I think I'm gonna. Okay.
You don't know what you're
really
gonna do,
funny,
and that's great.
Yeah, I really wanted to pick underrated first, and like now that I'm thinking about it, I go, it doesn't matter.
Well,
yeah, I could throw in whatever at the end, and I think now that a couple of these categories are getting a little thin for me, I'm going to go to sci-fi, because I don't like sci-fi, and if I run out, I'm gonna have to pick War of the Worlds. So I'm not gonna do that.
But you're putting Kid, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you've done Kid.
I already did Kid.
Yes.
Shout out to Dakota Fanning if we don't get there.
We love you, Dakota.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pick one that thankfully I was able to grab from my library last night and watch it, and that is Minority Report.
Yep.
I said the same thing.
That was my actual pick in sci-fi.
Oh no!
Yeah, that was going to be my pick, I think, as well. Yeah,
that's the actual correct.
Okay, so it's a good one.
So yes, it is. It's the actual correct one.
Yeah,
great. Because I was looking at what I had, and like I think I've seen like one Indiana Jones. I don't know if that's considered in the sci-fi category. It's sort of sometimes, maybe, I don't know.
It's not realistic.
A lot of his sci-fi I haven't seen, so I'm
Crystal Skull. Crystal Skull is definitely sci-fi.
Yeah, I think
there's an alien
here. Yeah, and like some of the other Jurassic Park ones, maybe that he did. Did you just do one more? Did you do a couple?
I think he did. Yeah.
I have no idea.
I had a list, and I'm like, I don't know what any of these movies are. Yeah, so Minority Report, same with how I feel about Disclosure Day. It's not really about the sci-fi, it's about everything else. And I loved the way it was told, I guess. I liked like the perspective, like how it was given. I don't know how to describe it, but it was good. I don't know how I feel about Tom Cruise.
That's fair.
That's
That's-
many people
So-
don't.
But
I've annoyed enough people who are fans of Tom's, so I will keep my Tom Cruise thoughts to myself.
yeah, it was fine. I think that's now my
He was actually
third of his films that I've seen.
Yeah, he was pretty good in this. Actually, it was nice because it wasn't.
It was fine.
Yeah, yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, Samantha Morton is the takeaway of that
Oh,
film.
yeah.
She just
Yeah.
But yeah, I also watched it last night because I was like, you know what, this might be a sci-fi pick, and then that's gone out the window straight away.
Mhm. Yeah. I also love Colin Farrell's accent is really good. He's cute, even though I knew
He was
immediately
drunk
that he
the
was not
entire
going to
time
be a
on
good guy.
this. Yeah,
in
he
real
came
life.
during this film. This is the film I think which made him go sober.
Yeah,
Like he
but
showed
I
up
think-
drunk all the time.
I think
Aw,
yeah.
okay, well,
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
The man looks the same. He's just got a couple creases on his face. Like, it's incredible.
He's so good in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is actually my sci-fi pick because this is on my Mount Rushmore for Spielberg. This is 4. This is or
okay.
3. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I absolutely love it. And it was random fact. It was the very last film that I ever purchased on VHS.
Oh wow.
Wow, I'm surprised.
There you
I
go.
guess it was around that time they were
Yeah,
still.
yeah.
putting
Like,
out
it was,
VHS
what is it?
at
Like
that time?
2000, 2001, something
Just
like that.
2001.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last film, and then I
love
switched
that.
completely to
It is
DVDs
a
and
really good film. Again, another one where the runtime absolutely flies
I
by.
don't even know how long
Oh,
it is.
yeah.
I
It's
saw
2
this in
hours.
cinemas.
It's
Yeah.
2 hours
Yes,
20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
got a lot of long films. Sir
He
Stephen.
does.
Mhm.
He
And this,
So
I
good.
He
like
does-
this one
yeah.
because like some of his long ones, I don't remember which one. Maybe I was watching Amistad. That like it comes to a really nice conclusion, and then there's 30 more minutes of film. And so
Sounds like Project
a
Hail
lo-
Mary.
yeah, so I'm glad some of these longer ones they don't drag.
How well is it
Okay.
aged? I haven't seen it in a long time, and I know I love it. So I'm
I
not.
really,
I'm not questioning that.
enjoyed it.
Mm.
I really
No, I
enjoyed
think
it.
it's
Yeah. Like,
I
off
don't
the
think
top
it's-
of my head,
The
that's
eye scanning
also
I remember is actually
it's
that
really
happens.
good. That
You
holds
go.
up.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh, yeah.
You go into the part that happens.
Well, even like the scanning across the board and like moving it with his hands, that still looks really good.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
cute. Yeah,
And
It's,
also,
it's not
you still
like
get
too
your little.
cheeky.
It's also hilarious that we're not actually even that far in reality of 2054, and we are nowhere near that technology.
I don't know. Those spiders could exist.
That is true. Yeah.
I also love the fact that even though it's got like quite heavy themes, you know, that there is always some kind of humor somewhere in these films. And this one I find quite, or Spielberg's got his silly little things that he has to have, like the silly little spiders. I mean, they're so silly, but they serve a purpose. They come in, they scan. I mean, it's practical. They can go under doors. They can go under locked doors, and then they can sense that bubble of air coming up. It's like
yeah.
it's
I am still confused how Tom Cruise's child got kidnapped in the most busiest public pool in existence.
I kind of thought they'd wrap that up in some way.
Yes, I did,
I'm
and
like,
then
oh,
they
okay,
brought it back.
never
I was like,
mind.
oh, fine, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it
the
works.
umbrella
as,
shot.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
so beautifully shot, like all
It
his
is.
films are.
Yeah.
I know.
The man's got an eye for the
Yeah.
detail that no one else really thinks about in films. It feels like.
So good, so good,
Yeah.
good. Amazing pick. Yes, correct answer. Mm-hmm.
Heather, it
I'm gonna
is.
win.
No,
back to
no,
you.
Amanda's got-
No.
Ha.
Ha.
She's gonna screw us
I
over
say as I don't know what I want.
I'm
now it's
stalling.
over for us. Yeah.
What's so sad is that there's one. I'm going to take this one film. I want to put it in 2 categories, but I know it's not really going to do well in either of them. And so I'm going to go over back to Tom Hanks. And I'm going
It's
to
the
take Catch Me If
terminal.
You
You've
Can.
been bluffing
No,
all along.
It's not the terminal. Oh my God. If in a perfect world where this is not about votes and there weren't actually other better scores, I would totally take Catch Me If You Can in score because John Williams is doing like jazz and it's so cute. Ugh. But it's definitely not his most memorable, so it's not going to work there. So I'll take him and Tom Hanks because Tom Hanks is like really unhinged in this,
He
and I
is.
think that's
Yeah.
it's so fun to watch. And I also don't want any of these other ones that he's in, really. So
This is
It's such a great film.
Yeah, this is so fun. And it's a Leo vehicle, which is why Tom Hanks is so often top billed. Is he secretly top billed in this? Although it's kind of Leo DiCaprio, or is DiCaprio top billed? I think DiCaprio's still top billed. I mean, he's obviously the lead, but like I
Yeah.
think no, DiCaprio, he'd had Titanic and stuff like that. So he was DiCaprio. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Christopher
'cause
Walken's also incredible in that film.
Wasn't he nominated?
I believe he was.
Yeah.
I want to say off the top of my head.
Yeah, I think Walken was nominated. But I mean, it's
Yeah.
kind of almost like a co-lead, but it's not, because it's it's the DiCaprio show, which is quite kind of like weird, because it often is Tom Hanks is your generally top billed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
he's not here.
He's
Yeah.
awesome.
Love the
in that film
relationship
as
between
well.
him and Frank.
Yeah. It's also great just hearing him yell surnames at people.
And this film, this is the one that you screwed me all over for when you changed the rules. Changed. I say changed. I'm of the opinion that we'd agreed it was film based, because this was the number one.
Right.
This is my favorite film from Spielberg with Tom Hanks. Yeah.
I think
Do
it
I
would have
think it's
been
his
my
best
number one
performance?
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Bridge of Spies. Really good.
It is. It is. It's a very good second.
Bridge of Spies, very good film. Yeah, I think that might be recency bias, because I have watched it in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, that's fair. Heather, now it is your pick.
Okay. Right, wait. You've both taken Hanks. So I can
Yes, you've
leave
just,
the very
you can leave
obvious
that.
next. I can leave the very obvious choice.
Yes, the
I can leave.
terminal is going.
The terminal,
next.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm putting that in
Obviously.
underrated because you're all slagging it. So I'm going to take terminal underrated,
Yeah.
because clearly we all hate it.
I've
I don't
never
hate the terminal.
I've never had a weirder experience watching a film though, because I enjoyed it. Then at the end, when I felt like when I reviewed it fairly negative feeling, even though I enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it, and then it turned into it is a film that I have watched category of just it's fine. Yeah,
it is a film I have seen.
Yes,
it is a film that exists.
Hanks is cartoonish in that film.
I think. Do you know? I do wonder if it was any other actor who's not so well known doing the accent, would we find it as weird? Because I think it is back to the thing that we know who Tom Hanks is. It's like I have always have major issues with Kenneth Branagh doing whatever he tends to do whenever, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, his Russian one in Tenet is,
It's there. Yeah, it's a
choice.
It's a choice.
It's a choice.
The Tenet counter is at 2 right now, just so we know.
At least the sound is so bad in Tenet that you can't hear it. Maybe that was the whole reason. It's like we have to mix the sound badly so that nobody can actually hear Kenneth Branagh's appalling accent. See, I'm excusing Sir Chris.
We should have like a Tenet jar.
We should.
And Prestige. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, it's my next podcast I'm recording is I've got coming into Nolan season, everyone. Okay, right. Well, I can leave Hanks, fine.
Yeah, you can.
Because it's not. Oh well, actually, one of them possibly is in another category, but it doesn't matter. A Minority Report I was going to put in underrated, by the way. So thanks, Amanda. It was the correct. Right. Okay. What have I got to do? I've done sci-fi. I've done score.
You've done sci-fi and you've done score, yeah.
And you've both done kids as well. So
yes.
Yeah, you're good for that too.
Christian is there for the taking.
We've laid it up for Heather here. Yeah.
I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to do it. But
you forced me to.
You forced me to, because you've both taken. I think I might. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
There is another option that you're not going to take ever. So,
well, okay. So, I don't even know what we decided on LaBelle, because I mean he's playing a 16-year-old.
I don't think
he was over 18 when he played him. So
yeah,
and I don't know. I think there's a huge difference between if somebody's 12.
Yeah.
And somebody's an adult, basically, like 17, 18 is still right. No, okay, fine, whatever.
You're going to take
Christian
the
Bale,
brother
Empire
from
of the Sun.
Okay.
God damn it!
Oh wow!
What a
I
surprise!
I am shocked.
No, look. Seriously, I was all prepared to come in and take Haley Joel Osment. I was absolutely. I have written it down that is the actual. But if we're, yes, I prefer Empire of the Sun as a film. But also, if we're going best film with kids, I mean, I don't know, it's possibly even The Fabelmans now because I really enjoyed that. But yeah, I know it's just yeah. You forced me to draft Christian Bale. It's so unfortunate.
Yeah, that's like that's like if you somehow got forced into choosing Nolan. It's like, oh wow,
Yeah,
who'd have thought?
I'll pick Nolan in a Spielberg draft. A great idea.
Yes.
People influenced by Spielberg. There's a new category.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Christian Bale. Yeah. Again, back to the fact that he is so young in this film. He is 12. It is another of Spielberg's, like, not even teen actors, and you're getting that performance out of him.
He also weirdly
looks
looks the same as he does now.
He's so recognizable. When you have those quizzes where it's like you see, the high school shot, or you see them as like a teen, as a kid, and you're like, I have no idea who that is. I mean, some of them, like Cameron Diaz, is also super recognizable, by the way, or Julia Roberts, because they have like recognizable. But there's nothing in Christian Bale where I'm like, he has a very obvious, recognizable.
It's just Christian Bale shrunk down into an inhuman. Like,
yeah.
And
I also feel that because of my age and his age, it is absolutely fine for me to say that because I saw this film very recently when it came out, right? I'm allowed to say that I had a little crush on Christian Bale that has existed since 1986 because I am that old and he is that close to my age. So it is not me being weird and cougarish. And I'm allowed to say that at that age, when I watched Empire of the Sun at around, it's considerably younger than he was when he made it, but, not really. I'm allowed to say that I was like, oh, he's quite cute. That is not weird because I'm not saying it in my age now. I'm like going, wow, Christian Bale and Empire of the Sun, how hot. I am not saying that now.
Put that out. Blast it all over the internet.
That's the clip, yeah. But I'm not saying it. So, but so my like you, yes, because it's a similar age at the time, right? So obviously significantly older, but
he looks the same and can act just as well as he can now. Yeah.
Quite frankly, he made better choices back then. Let's be clear. I mean,
yeah.
Christian,
his agent was better when he was 12 than now, apparently.
Yeah. We need to sort it out. I have hopes for Heat 2. Not that I've seen Heat 1, which I probably should watch beforehand.
I don't want to get into a rant. I don't. It's one of my favourite films. So
okay. I haven't seen it.
I'm also nervous they're going to do an AI Val Kilmer.
Oh no!
That's the main thing I'm nervous about.
Oh no, they can't do that.
In my mind now, quick side rant. If anybody's seen it, obviously Val Kilmer's one of the main ones. I'd choose. I don't know, if you're going to do a younger version, Austin Butler's there. That's vaguely similar, and he can act. Just do that, because I know they've said they might be using de-aging AI in it already. So I'm already nervous we're going to get like an 82-year-old Al Pacino walking around in it, but he looks like he's 20.
Oh God, like they did with The Irishman. Where they had old man De Niro de-aged, but still very obviously old man De Niro kicking somebody outside a pub.
Yeah, except now they're even older and they might be in it.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was my reaction.
Oh, I thought they were just like recasting them with like DiCaprio and Bale.
That's what I hope they end up doing, because a lot of people are like, no, please don't.
Oh, yeah, I probably should watch Heat before Heat 2.
It's so good.
The reason I watched Gladiator was so I could watch Gladiator 2. Like, I'd never seen Gladiator before Gladiator 2 came out. So, prefer Gladiator 2. Hot take. There you go.
Oh.
It was more fun. So, yeah. Okay, fine. Christian Bale and Empire of the Sun. I mean, really, we could have saved ourselves, like, this whole draft.
Yeah.
I could have wrote that down and I would have looked like a magician.
I didn't want to do it. But because Amanda took Haley Joel Osment.
What's so funny is that I thought if you were going to go first, you were going to take it. And I was like, well, I'll still get it.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have done Kid first, though, to be fair. I probably wouldn't have done that first. But if I had ordered, I did have them all ordered, and I had Haley Joel at number 1.
So.
Yeah. So,
Terrible.
just a shout out to Ki Young Kwan in Temple of
Yes.
Doom, a short round, because that was
Yes.
shortlisted for me because, I mean,
Had that down as well.
yeah,
That's cool.
he again, he carries that film. He really does.
He's so
always,
memorable.
he is. Yeah.
Oh, I love him. That film is
Also,
not my favorite, but
yeah, no, and it is like very much like an Asian stereotype, but they somehow balanced
yeah.
it. Yeah,
But
but they
he's so
somehow
cute.
balanced it. I don't know how they
Yeah.
did, but yeah.
And also just all the, like, you know, Everything Everywhere, it's not my favorite, but just the kind of how wholesome it was when he and Harrison Ford were kind of, you know,
Yes.
meeting up again after all these years, and he still recognized him. I mean, Harrison Ford recognized Ki-Yu Kwan. And then, as I say, I'm not a great fan of the film, but it was kind of nice that Harrison Ford was the one that did Best Picture. So for that, when it won,
Yeah.
and then got to hug Ki-Yu Kwan, and that, you know, wholesome.
Back
And he
to,
seems like a lovely guy, you
he
know,
does.
and he's had this, you know, was away from Hollywood, thought it wasn't ever going to happen, had the 30-year gap or whatever, and then
It was weird because it was the same year as Brendan Fraser as well, and we had 2 comebacks, and it was just, it was wholesome. It was a very wholesome Oscars.
Yeah, and then there were some
And then
interesting ones.
the actress winners were, we don't
Yes.
talk about.
Well,
yeah,
I mean, there are people who think Michelle Yeoh deserved it.
I was more
But
on about Jamie Lee
I know you were,
Curtis.
but you
Yeah.
did say actress plural, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Anyway,
I want to get, yeah. So
you have 2 picks after all that.
I have 2 picks after all that. I am gonna go for. It doesn't matter because I'm choosing both. So, for iconic score, I am going with Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes.
Yeah.
T-shirt.
Yes. Yeah. Again, as I said, like growing up, that was my introduction to Steven Spielberg's filmmaking, and ever since I watched that at whatever age, the main song of Indiana Jones has been burnt into my head, and it's just, I mean, just from start to end, it's just a really good score anyway, and it's consistently good across the whole franchise. But Raiders of the Lost Ark's just a standout one, and again, it doesn't, because it doesn't make sense, but it almost does feel like an added character just because of how memorable every scene is. You can't picture the scene without playing the music in your head, which is, you know, it's a rare thing that only apparently John Williams is good at.
Even though he's overrated, according
Even
to
though he
Amanda.
is overrated, yes. But yeah, I mean, Raiders, what more can you say, really?
Yeah.
And then for underrated, I have a pick lined up that I could do, and I'm going to ignore it and
again?
not do it. Yes. Yeah.
Chaos.
It's because of how everything's fallen. It's still there. And it wasn't even my number 1 because I didn't think it'd still be there, but I'm still going to ignore it. So I am going with what my number 1 is.
I'm so confused. Amanda, are you following him?
No.
I don't
No.
No, it's
No,
fine.
okay,
It's
good.
fine.
Just
I'll
picking
say
something.
Yeah, I'll say it when it comes up, and if it doesn't come up, I'm going to look an idiot.
So what are you doing?
I'm going with vibes. So for underrated, I am picking Duel.
Oh, you are picking underrated, but it's not your first. Okay, I'm so confused. Because your actual number 1, you want to pick in another category?
No,
I'm so confused.
my number 1 was Duel. But what I had as number 2 was going to be like my preferable one, in all fairness, but I didn't think it'd still be there. But I've ignored it anyway, even though it is still there, and I've chosen Duel.
Oh, because maybe with sci-fi.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. Duel. I mean, how I describe that to everyone who hasn't seen it: the car chasing one battle after another, except Spielberg made a film of it. It is just like, it's just insane that was a TV movie. Like,
we're
just
allowing TV movies, are we? Well, I have to get my Columbo episode dug out then to draft that.
But yeah, Duel is just, I mean, it's the type of action that is actually still a good movie. It is, I mean, I just had so much fun with it, in all honesty. It's like, you know, when you get a cool, like, just scene in a action film and you're like, oh, I wonder if you could ever make a film just based off that one action. Spielberg did, and it bloody works really well. It's just just awesome. It's just utter nonsense, but brilliant at the same time. So yeah, that's my underrated pick. Joel, if you've not seen it and you like the car chase in one battle, go and watch it because it's probably going to give you that vibe for an hour and a half. So yeah.
It's underrated to such an extent that I've not seen it. So, Amanda, have you seen it?
Wow.
Yeah, it was actually my underrated pick.
Hey!
Which is fine.
You
I have
two
a couple that
sabotaging
are
each
good.
other.
Yeah, because it was one of them that I had picked up from the library. So I was like, oh, it's here. Somehow it was there. And it was probably out of the 10 or less that I watched prep for this, it was probably my favorite somehow. It was just so goofy.
I feel the exact same way.
Yeah, that and it's not very long because obviously it's a TV movie and there's some weird scenes that don't really matter. But there's a woman who's yelling because her snakes got hit by the truck. And she's just like, my cages. I loved her. What is she doing?
Yeah. It's just actually incredible that that's not a full feature because Spielberg puts his pizzazz on it and it feels like a full feature. Yeah, but I genuinely, out of all the ones I've seen, and I've seen a couple that I've rated higher, that was probably the most fun and most enjoyable one I watched. It's short, it's nonsense, and it's just incredible.
Just bizarre.
Oh,
yeah. Heather, I think you'd like it.
Probably. I like the car chase in one battle.
Yeah, well, it's just that, but it's car versus truck.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a serial killer truck driver, apparently.
I have very few blind spots left, so might as well just
I would have thought
off.
you'd got around to that, maybe.
Probably trying to find it.
It was on Prime for me randomly, and I went, "Oh, okay, yeah." I was just searching through. It was on Prime. I went, "Hang on, an hour and a half Spielberg. I'll watch that now." And I was like, "That was so fun."
I shall have to check.
Yeah.
But you've taken it now anyway, and we've finished recording, so it doesn't really matter. So I can forget Steven Spielberg exists now. After this prep, this is how Amanda kind of works.
Yeah, I will never watch
forget it. Never watching Spielberg again. We're moving on to the next thing.
I will never return to Bridge of Spies.
See, I'm like that with things that have been certain podcasts that have been cancelled for various reasons. I'm like, you know what? I now don't have to watch any more from this year or from this director. You will never watch Matt Damon films now. Possibly, Amanda.
It's great how it's worked out.
Darn.
It's great how it's worked for me because I'll have the last pick, which is sci-fi, and you've already gone. So, yeah. I am unfortunately left with my only pick that I wrote down on my sheet of paper, which I was fine with. I was fine with.
Well, that's actually more than two left. I've got two more on my shortlist, basically for sci-fi. But there are more because the guy does love a good sci-fi. Raiders of the Lost Ark, though, just quickly on that one. Apart from the fact that I have a T-shirt, Indiana Jones T-shirt, which I managed to find something appropriate for the episode. Back in the day when you could download ringtones, and this was a cool thing to do, download ringtones for your phone, and also actually not have your phone on silent and actually want your ringtone to ring. This is wow, this was my very, very first ringtone. Raiders of the Lost Ark. There you go.
That's a great choice.
The theme to Indiana Jones was my very first ringtone that I downloaded from my really old brick phone. Yes, and it was obviously also on the shortlist. Right, it's me.
It is you.
Me. Right. Fine. I've got Mr.
Hanks and underrated.
Oh, right. Okay. I mean, who else has got underrated? Amanda, you've got underrated. You've got your Amanda. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're not going to take my pick for underrated, I don't think. So,
Amanda just looks confused, thinking what that could be.
No, well, I've got a number written down. I've got 3 on underrated because Minority Report is gone, and Bridge of Spies is gone. So I've got 3 more, and it doesn't really matter. So, and also the next one, also I can choose freely. So,
decisions.
Yeah, no, I think I am still going to do underrated just in case Amanda decides that for a film that she has only seen 20 minutes of, if that, she might still want to draft it. I'm going to take Munich.
Ooh, okay. That is
Yeah.
not what I thought you were going to do.
No,
No,
I know what
yeah.
you thought I was going to take. And I still think Amanda might take this one.
Oh, okay.
Because I know she's seen it.
I hope you take it. She's definitely not going to
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Why do you not know what I'm talking about? What you're going to take, Amanda?
I know what I'm talking about.
No, I'm
Who's
taking Munich. I revisited Munich this week. I revisited a number of number of Spielberg films. Yeah, Hank's films as well, but
Hanks is in it, yeah.
because he's not in this one though. I don't think. First thing was I'd forgotten all about Daniel Craig's accent that I falsely first thought was Australian and then realized was actually supposed to be South African. Sounded fine. Sounded a bit weird because, you know, we all know Daniel Craig. Munich, yes. Okay, so I'm not going to talk anything about the politics of Munich, right? I'm absolutely not touching that with a barge pole. Okay, so no. We're here to talk about Spielberg. And I loved September 5 when it was into that. I think was my third favorite film that year third or fourth when it came out. Because obviously, and it's kind of hand in hand with Munich, and obviously I live in Munich, so there's not very much of Munich in Munich. It's kind of like okay, but this is another really long ass film that I'm sorry, Amanda, I know you didn't think so, but to me it just moved. I was so invested, not even thinking about what's right, what's wrong, whatever, you know, who's good, who's bad, like, what is he trying to say? Is he trying to do some kind of propaganda, whatever? But just the fact that I was invested in this film and I did not feel the length of this film because, as we've said before, every time you kind of get lulled into, oh, this could really kind of do with moving on a bit more, he does something clever with the camera, or he does some shot which just takes your breath away, or he changes, you know, the scene, or he follows a different character maybe into a different room and you're wondering, why is he doing that? There's nothing that he does, or with his cinematographer, like there's nothing that's not deliberate and done for a reason. And if you're watching a film, even if you're not super invested in the film, in the story or whatever, if you would just take interest in what he's doing, what they are doing in this film, and even ignoring the acting for that, I was like at times, because I didn't find Eric Bana like great, and that's kind of not great when your central performance isn't overly convincing. The fact that you've got so many other pieces of art within the artwork that is, you know, the kind of art that film is. There's so many things that you can focus on in a Spielberg film that, therefore, even if you're not bought into the story and not finding it dragging, which I didn't, but if you are, you could focus on something else. You could say, well, why is he choosing to do this? Why is he choosing this shot? Why is he? It's a science in a way, like what he does. And I think Munich is a great example of that, and extremely underrated, I think, because I think that people know about it. They think it's about something entirely different. I think possibly people might think it is about the actual hostage taking. And because I know when September 5 came out, people were like, wait a minute, hang on, there's a Spielberg film already about this. And it's like, well, no, actually, his is like what happens after, and it's not fully true either. So, yeah. So I went back to this, hadn't seen it for years, had forgotten so much about it, and was just like fully invested, especially after seeing September 5 from a few years ago. Yeah. So I'm taking Munich in underrated. Yes.
Nice.
Well,
Amanda
doesn't think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was not going to take that.
No, I know you
It's
weren't.
probably a fine movie. I don't know why every time I put it on, I get an extra like 5 minutes, and I'd be like, I don't feel like sitting down to watch this, and I don't know why. Because it's not like that style of movie is not my favorite. Like, I like that idea. I don't know. I'll give it another shot eventually.
It's weird because have either of you seen Sorcerer?
No.
Okay. It's kind of similar, but not really. But like they are following certain. No, but it reminded me in a way of that. because in Sorcerer, there's there's a number of people who are part of brought together as part of this kind of gang, if you like, and their job is to do something, and they come from completely different parts of the world, or they have different background, and they're kind of thrown together to achieve a mission. And I just didn't care about that too much. I'm sorry. Sorcerer, people are like, oh, it's amazing, and we're masquerade Friedkin, and it's great, and I can totally admire what he's doing. But I very similar to I think you with Munich, Amanda. I was just like, I just don't. I'm not bought in. I don't understand why, because it is something that I would normally be interested in. What are their backgrounds? They have to work together to do this thing. There's a lot at stake. And Sorcerer didn't really work in terms of being invested. And I started it, and I kept starting and stopping, and I eventually finished it. But so it's kind of weird. But Munich, the opposite. Similar idea, but works.
Sometimes it just doesn't click for you for whatever reason. That is the thing that happens. Yeah. Amanda, it is your time for your last two picks.
My last two. Also, my neighbor's deciding to mow his lawn, so I'm going to hear that. Mows his lawn every 3 days.
On a public holiday as well. Absolutely disgraceful. You know what they would do where I live? They would be banging on their door and telling them to stop here because you will respect the bank holiday.
Yes. Except they're doing trash today, so I'm like, is it holidays or not?
Is it an official one though? This is the thing. Or does it depend on state?
I think it is a federal holiday, but some people don't. I don't know. I work for
the
a
racist
university,
people
so
don't accept it. Yeah, okay, I get it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're like, here, free holiday. Okay, so I've got my last two.
You've got score and underrated, which me and Heather are 4D chest into thinking we know what you're going to pick.
Well, I know exactly what she's doing for underrated and score. I know exactly what Amanda's doing.
Which is so funny because I don't. Okay, because I have one that I feel like I should be picking in score because it has no other place in this draft.
Yes, that's the obvious one. Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking because I had a sci-fi one that I could do, but I don't think I'm going to.
No.
So I'll just go with my original thought, and we're going to take Schindler's List.
Of course you are.
Yeah,
yes. Exactly.
Yeah. My only other thing would be to take Close Encounters.
Yeah.
Because the music, it's music. That's the whole deal. But
the music is music. Clip that, Morgan. Perfect.
I'm going to get that on a shirt for next time you're on and just wear it.
Nobody said I was good at this job. I just show up when told.
The music is music. You are right.
You know what I mean?
It's like my one from the 90s draft, another masterpiece by the master.
Yes. Did you just do that? Yeah, which is funny because obviously you guys have already picked, and then other places have been picked the themes that I think of for John Williams. So off the top of my head, I couldn't even sing you the Schindler's List themes. I just know that it was good, which is embarrassing. I should probably go put it on.
Okay,
but
that's how I kind of feel with it. It's just kind of burnt into my head, that final scene when they're visiting Oscar Schindler's grave and the music's playing, and I've got tears running down my face. And
the central theme, if I hear it, I just get as emotional as me can get. It is so, and I tried to hum it the other day to my husband. I was saying right, which of these scores? You must recognize the film. And he goes, oh my God, Spielberg directed Harry Potter? And I went, no, that was not Harry Potter. It was clearly Schindler's List. And he goes, no, you were definitely going into Hedwig's theme there. And I'm like, no. See, and that's because John Williams' themes all sound the same, Amanda.
Yes.
I will say, I don't remember which one I was watching. I texted my mom. I'll have to go back. And I literally started listening to it. And I was like, wow, this sounds a lot like Harry Potter. I'm like, oh, duh, I'm watching a Spielberg film. Or maybe it wasn't Spielberg, it was just another John Williams film. But I'm like, yeah, they all do start to sound a little the same.
Yeah, I definitely started the Schindler's List and went into Hedwig's theme.
When you've been doing this job for as long as John is, there's going to be some overlapping sounds.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. I think this is not related, but I think it's is it Thomas Newman that does American Beauty? And when I heard American Beauty, I was like, this is Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, same man. We got it. But okay.
Nominated many, many times. Diane Warren syndrome, also never won.
Yeah.
Maybe make it sound less like efficiency. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, Schindler's List was shortlisted in my 3
same.
for
It had to go somewhere. That's the problem. It was one of those that if someone's not drafting it today, that's an issue.
Well, that's what I was saying. It's about the score, and then why the score is actually a nice category because you're not going to necessarily get sabotaged, because all three that we've taken, you couldn't. Well, maybe with Raiders and Kid, but it's
Yeah,
you
not
know,
the same.
you're talking like number 5 maybe, but it's not the one you immediately think of. So all the scores that I had written down shortlist, they don't overlap anywhere really.
Yeah.
So, but and Schindler's, I think, is, from an emotional point of view,
Yeah.
it's my number 1.
Yes.
Because I saw that film in, theaters when it came out, and yeah, that was a time seeing that film.
I'm
Yeah.
fearful for the day when it's on an anniversary and they're showing it, because I'm gonna go and I'm gonna come out and just a
Yeah.
mess. Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite. If
It's
you can
so
use the
good.
word favorite, it's my favorite.
Yes. Yeah.
Spielberg.
It
I
is
mean,
so good.
It's
It's my favorite as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I say favorite is a tough one for something like that, but we like bleak stuff, so
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
it's
Just not AI.
oh, it's so depressing. Oh my
It
God.
is.
AI just was, the whole thing when they go into, I don't know, it just got too weird for me. Like,
Yeah.
I like the stuff at the
Very weird.
beginning, and then the stuff at the end is just like
That was the one
depressing.
time.
But the weird
yeah.
Jude Law, weird, colourful theme park
Yeah.
stuff, I was like, nah.
Yeah. Amanda, you've only got underrated
Yeah, close the
left.
draft.
Close the
Yep.
draft, and let's see if we were correct in what you're picking.
What's sad is that I had a pick from the beginning, and I don't think I want it anymore.
No,
so I
but
don't
I
know
have it
what
written
you
down. You're
think.
going to take it.
Which is fine. I don't know what you think I'm going to take.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
It's just 'cause I know you've seen it. That's all.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'll go with my second, because I think it makes my list pretty well rounded, and I also think this one might pull slightly better. I was considering, and we had talked about it very briefly before we started, The Color Purple, because I really enjoy The Color Purple, and I really enjoyed the one that they did a couple years ago. However, I'm going to take West Side Story.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that is not what I thought you were going to do.
Okay, so what did you think I was picking?
I thought you were taking the
Fablemans?
Post.
I thought you were picking the Fablemans.
We just did the Post,
Yes.
and I kind of like forgot about it. I have it like listed in things, but it's not. I don't know. I did that was a weird.
You
I do remember
weren't
mentioning
high on
that.
it, but I thought, I know you've seen it, and I didn't know what else of the things that I might class as underrated that you'd seen. I didn't know what you'd seen. So,
yeah, I
but
didn't know a
no,
lot for
musical makes
underrated.
sense for you, of course.
The
Yes.
Fablemans was the thing that I was like, oh, it's still there, I might take that. And then I was like, no, stick with Jewel, that was your number one. And I was like, oh, Amanda's probably going to choose the Fablemans, but no.
Yeah, I feel like, so when I saw West Side Story, it's very similar to when I watched I've lost it, In the Heights. One that I loved, and I still really love the musical, and I've seen it like live. That it's one of those musicals that's shot so well. It's not shot like, say, like a Chicago. That like, it's beautiful to watch, like the big set pieces and all of the dancers and stuff. That it is interesting. I'm just rambling. I have no idea what I'm saying.
It's
West Side Story, good film.
West Side,
yeah. Because I
recommend.
rewatched West Side Story, and I'm like, it doesn't really feel like I get it. It feels like Spielberg in the sense that like it's a little like cheeky, I guess, and it's not like, it's serious, but it's also not. But he doesn't. I haven't seen him film something like that it surprised me. It's kind of like when we watch for Christian Bale, when I watch Newsies. It's like, this is also similar. These are all like, they're just really well done. I also just really love musicals. I'm going to see one tomorrow. They're doing Hairspray. So
cool.
Our like summer season starts. So excited. Yeah, I've lost all thought. West Side Story.
West Side Story.
Blah, blah, blah.
Underrated.
Whatever.
Very good. Watch it.
Okay. Underrated. What should it have been rated for? Why? What's the standard?
Why?
Yeah.
Can no one talks about it? Or
yeah,
People do,
though, but like,
in similar to me to In the Heights, I feel like nobody, like I feel like West Side Story came out and it was big at the time. Has anyone mentioned it since? Has
No,
anyone seen it?
I'm not gonna lie. I completely forgot he did a West Side
Exactly.
Story. Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
an outlier to me, yeah, because it doesn't
Yeah.
seem like the kind of thing. I know that
it doesn't feel like something
people talk about Rachel
Spielberg would
Zegler,
do.
of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mike
Yeah.
Feist. And we try and not talk about the other man.
Yeah. The other man doesn't exist. It's actually
The
just
other man does not exist. Yeah. I do wonder if that's tainted it, though, in a way. But do people care? Maybe people don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
know,
don't care, but
Brad
maybe
Pitt still has a career. Sorry.
True.
Here we go. I always have to get one of them in. We should play bingo. Things that I always have
Heather
to
bingo.
bring up. Yeah.
Heather bingo. Yeah.
How
But
did I
Heather,
manage to get Brad Pitt?
it is your
Yeah.
last pick, and we're talking about Tom Hanks for you.
Oh, right. Yeah, this is obvious then. Okay,
yes.
well, it is
It's
my
the
number
Terminal.
one pick. It is,
the Terminal.
I think. It is clearly not the Terminal. No, it's Saving Private Ryan, quite obviously, and that
Yeah.
was number one, and it is the correct answer, and it is, and this is like, when you said it's performance as opposed to film, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, here we go. I have to put Saving Private Ryan at one then. Because I think that is one of the rare occasions where I don't necessarily see Tom Hanks, and where I do see this general, whatever, colonel, whatever is before captain or whatever. Sorry, don't know the military grades here. I don't necessarily see Tom Hanks. I know it's him. I'm like, yep, that's clearly Tom Hanks. But it does feel that Tom Hanks is lost in that. Literally lost. Kind of like, where am I?
Yeah.
Looking for Matt Damon. I read something the other day. People have spent how many billions of dollars trying to get Matt Damon home? Maybe he just doesn't want to be found. Yeah. So
Hanks does disappear into the role.
He does. He disappears, and I think maybe it's because he has like lost the weight. Obviously, not as much as he did in Castaway, but like he's a bit gaunter. And he's covered in mud some of the time, and he is. You're so focused on the. I mean, we're talking about Hanks's performance because we don't talk about the film here, but it is an incredible film. Those first 20 minutes, however long the beach scene is, like, I rewatched Saving Private Ryan this week. Good God. Why is that? Oh, just don't get me started about Shakespeare in Love. I'm sorry. Like, it's a perfectly fine film, but I mean, what are we doing? But at least he won director. At least Stephen won director, which is absolutely correct. Because even just for that first 20 minutes, he's winning it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that is absolutely incredible filmmaking, and I'm unlike you, Morgan. I'm not big on war films. I mean, Schindler's List is a war film, but to me, it's not a war film.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't really like the guns and the shooting, and it's not my thing really. Don't also like westerns, like it's a similar thing. It's just, but I was still so transfixed, no matter how bloody it got and everything. That 20 minutes, it just transfixed me. And this is somebody who would like, I would probably just normally just like, oh my God, we're still going. Like, come on. It's like in Lord of the Rings, all the fighting. I'm like, come on, get to the next bit.
I think what it is as well, without the camera work isn't shaking, you almost feel like you're there.
Yeah, you do.
So
it's
you
like you get car
it.
sick. My dad watched it. He'd get sick. He'd get travel sick. My dad.
Yeah.
Like, they could make that into a Disney ride, like they did with Indiana Jones, the teacher. It's from Disneyland. Yeah, and but also just the whole, but also the whole emotion, and it's like Spielberg's thing with his eyes. Like I was also watching like something about focus on when does he focus on people's eyes and what's he trying to do? There's always we've said this so many times. There's a reason why he does what he's doing with the camera, or his cinematographer. And I think in Saving Private Ryan, again another long film. I'm still invested, even though it's not a genre I necessarily love. Depicting things I don't necessarily love, and I'm still invested, and he still gets the manipulative emotion. Thank you, John Williams, whatever, right? But I don't care. There's other filmmakers, they're doing something that's manipulative, like we talked about Hamlet off air. It's so manipulative, and the score is manipulative, and that bothered me. But I don't care when it's Spielberg and Williams. I don't care.
I think
it's like manipulate me. I don't care.
With Hanks as well, he disappears into the role, and because of what the role is and what the film is, he doesn't have the opportunity to try and come across like, oh, I'm likable. Like me.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
a very good point.
He's in the middle of war. It's just like he can be a dick at times. He's short with people. It's like, yeah, it's, you know, he's not there to try and win you over in his acting for that. Whereas, like, for some of his other roles, his job's kind of to be go, oh yeah, I'm likable, you know.
It's like he's Woody in every single
Yes,
role.
yeah,
Yes. It's like, he's like me, I am the
yeah,
good guy at the center
yes,
of this. And he is kind of the good guy, but he's still got a lot of very justified
yes,
like backlash from his troops who are saying, why the hell are we risking 8 of our lives to go in
to
to try and
save
save
one,
this one guy?
yeah,
And yes, okay, his mom's just lost like her other 3 sons, like whatever, you know, but I understand it. I understand their position as well. But I also understand, getting back to the theme of Schindler's List as well, you know, you save like one life. And so yeah, it's like,
yeah. It's one of the few where, like, Hanks is like, his character. You could easily watch that film and really not like his character because of
yeah.
that reason,
Yeah.
and
But you
and
do
that's
see the
rare with a
turmoil
Hanks.
he's going through.
Yes,
So
you
it
do.
is, you completely understand what he's going through. You might not think it's good what his decisions are, but you totally understand why he's doing it. And you know that
Yes,
it's not easy for him
yeah.
as well.
There's no
And
right answer because
yeah,
either way, someone's dying.
well,
Like,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So there we go. That was number 1 and it was still there. And
yeah.
so I'm very happy
That
to
that
have
was my
Saving
number
Private
one,
Ryan.
and I still refuse to pick it.
Yeah, I mean, film-wise, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
Um,
yeah, it's not my favorite of the
yeah,
list, but it's probably 3 or maybe 4 of the list. But performance-wise, yeah, and this is his
yeah.
only Oscar nomination, I think, for Spielberg, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I
Go.
am left with sci-fi, and I'm left with the only thing that I wrote down of the. Well, I wrote down 3, and one of them is also available, but I've just disregarded that because I wasn't
Wow,
huge on
you're
it.
wild today, Morgan.
Yeah,
Good grief.
it was my last pick of the 3 sci-fis anyway, which was Close Encounters, which, as
Yeah.
I said, I I feel drags a bit, and even though that last act is incredible, it doesn't justify picking it for me. But my actual number 1 outside of Minority Report is actually, and it wraps it up quite nicely,
Oh,
it's
you're doing
Disclosure
it.
Day.
You're doing it. I knew it.
It's
I knew
Disclosure
it.
Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of think that was just a more upscaled version of Close Encounters, and you can kind of view it as like a, you know, a side to that, like it's just an extension. He's decided to go back to it, kind of feel. But as we said at like the beginning when we spoke about it, the acting. Yeah, we didn't even touch on that. The acting in that film is just so damn good. Emily Blunt's probably
So
give a
good.
career. It's like a career best easy. Josh O'Connor's just. I mean,
He's always good.
he gets
Yeah.
better every time though.
He's reliable.
He is
Yeah.
he's so good. Just the story and the humanity of it, like, really hit me. Like, I feel like I kind of felt with that how people said I should feel about AI, but I was left depressed by AI, whereas this I actually felt quite uplifted and hopeful, you know, for humanity, which is, again, very rare in today's political climate.
Yeah, and then people are criticizing him for it. Like, no,
Yes, yeah,
let him be hopeful. There's
he's
so little
yeah,
hope out there.
yeah. It's like it's quite nice that somebody of prominence who can actually influence people is actually going, hey, you know, it's not all bad. You know, we are capable of love and being good. And I just really enjoyed Disclosure Day on
Yeah.
Letterboxd.
You
I
know who
think
I
I give
also
it.
love in it? Coleman Domingo. He's like a warm hug. I said this
as,
to you. I
Oh
think I
as
said
soon
it to you after I
as
saw it.
soon
He's like a warm hug.
as soon as I hear the voice, I'm like,
Oh,
Coleman, yeah,
Coleman, love you.
He's here.
yeah.
I just love him. I just like wrap him up. He's just such a beautiful person. Like
He's
every time.
incredible.
Every time he's anywhere on some talk show, and then of course we've all seen like and heard the story of how he met his husband. It's just like so gorgeous, and it's like he's just
He's
I
just
just
incredible.
love him. I want
Yeah.
him to be
And
my friend.
also, it was so nice seeing Colin Firth back at something like where he can actually really, you know, get into it. Because
It's
the
also
last
really
thing,
good.
the last thing I saw him in was Bridget Jones, the last one, and he's literally in it for 30 seconds because they're like, "Oh yeah, he died. It's like it's fine," and then he's gone up.
Spoiler.
He got a nice paycheck and then left. Like, whereas in this, it was like, oh, you know, finally he's back to, you know, get his teeth around something, quite
The
literally.
last thing I saw him in was blimmin' freaking King's Speech. I'm trying to think. What have I seen?
Yeah,
What's he been in?
like
Well, what's he been in?
The Kingsman. He
Oh,
was
I
in
did see
those.
that. Did
Yeah,
see that.
yeah.
Mm.
Like it's been a while since he's kind of had an opportunity, I feel, to really like sink his teeth into like a meaty role, and this is just he's so good in this. Like all four kind of like lead, if you like, are just incredible. Also, Wyatt Russell, he's also in it and just fun. I like
He's the
Wyatt
comedic
Russell.
part of it. So what we were saying
I
about him always,
yes,
like Spielberg always, no matter how heavy the scene,
the
there's always
man,
there has to be some
the
kind of humor
man
somewhere.
knows balance in his films.
Mm.
He really does. And again, it's so well paced. It flew by. I
Yeah.
just really enjoyed the film.
Yep, definitely.
Yep.
Like
Nice.
for all the sci-fis he's had, this is one of the best ones. But I say, I'm saying this is a similar to Amanda, not massive sci-fi person. So I like my sci-fis with less
Sci-fi
and more fi.
but yeah, that was the draft. So when you're watching this video, there will be on across probably all of our socials places to vote, I'm imagining. So
Shall we repeat our teams?
Yes, yeah. So for my team, for sci-fi, I have Disclosure Day. For Tom Hanks, I've got him in Bridge of Spies. For iconic score, I've got Raiders of the Lost Ark. For underrated, I've got Jewel. And for important kid roles, I've got Henry Thomas from E.T. Heather, what is your team to remind everyone?
In iconic score, I have Bruce, the shark in Jaws. No, I have Jaws. In sci-fi, I have Jurassic Park. In kid performance, I have Kristen Bale. Yeah. In what I've written there. In underrated, I have Munich, and in Tom Hanks performances, I have Saving Private Ryan.
And Amanda, how about you?
Let's see. For sci-fi, I have Minority Report. Child role, I have Haley Joel Osment for AI. Tom Hanks, I have Catch Me If You Can. Iconic score, Schindler's List, and underrated, West Side Story.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, Amanda's
Are you
sneakily
coming
good
around?
again. See, if I was voting, might be tempted by Amanda's, to be honest, because she's got a lot of my kind of things.
Yes, I feel like none of these are too out there.
I
Nice.
can't, for
But
mine,
you've got
I'm
the
not.
big ones.
I'm not really going for vote. I'm just picking like what I like, kind of thing. I just was like, yeah, I like it. So
Yeah, you got two. You got
yeah,
several big ones. So
yes,
yep.
yeah. But yeah,
We'll see.
you'll be able to catch that on the socials to vote and
Catch it if you can.
Catch it if you can. And Heather and Amanda, what do you have coming up in the future? Any guest spots and things you're doing?
Not particularly. I am, as you would put on your LinkedIn frame, open for work. If anyone has anything, this is not a very good ad for it, but I could rant about something if you'd like me to. Allegedly, I might have a Gmote debut. We have not scheduled it yet, so I will not speak too much on it.
How about you, Heather?
I am entering Nolan season. So we have our Nolan ranking. I'm intrigued to see what the listeners have voted for.
I feel like it's going to be fairly surprising.
Yeah. I still have to do mine, but I need to
so do I.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's like we gave everybody else a deadline and we haven't. This is typical.
Yeah,
this is typical for me. I'll do it last minute. I also need to rewatch Dunkirk in my defense. So we have a Nolan ranking coming up. I am also on Film versus Film with Martin. Also Christopher Nolan, 2 films against each other. I will not say which ones. One of them I have mentioned a number of times in various parts of this podcast. It's not Tenet. And then I am doing a Neon Bracket episode with Horror Hour with the Hannahs, which is wild. A bunch of films that I have not seen and very different to the Spielberg prep. And I'm also prepping for the Mash Flicks with Movie The Needle, where we're also talking about 3 films, but I'm not going to say which ones. But one of them has also been mentioned a couple of times this episode. Yes.
Yeah, and as for me, I we're recording it on the 24th. I am also on Movie the Needle doing a Mash Flicks and Chill. I will not say what films, but Heather has mentioned one of the films about 5 times over the course of this recording, so you could probably guess which one. Yeah, and other than that, I, like Amanda, am open for work. So if anybody wants me on a podcast to ramble, I am the rambler. So and for everybody who watched or listened to this, I hope you enjoyed our picks. Make sure you go over to the socials and vote on whose team you prefer and what you think's good. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, follow, all of that good stuff, and we will catch you all in the next one.